Okay, good morning everybody. Whoa, the camera is just sliding down. I'm just waiting for this coffee right now. But I've been quite tired this morning. I ended up obviously just walking quite late. I quite like going for evening walks, and I'll go for 2 or 3 hours. So it's quite a nice evening walk. It's nice. But what was I gonna say? Just here now, 8:30, just edited this morning's video, got it all up. I'm just currently changing a thumbnail on one actually while I wait for a coffee, because the more you change thumbnails on TikTok, it's really good. So what you can do with anything you post on there is once a day for the first 7 days of a post on TikTok, you can change the thumbnail. So what's good about that is you can just kind of put, hang on, let me just get this coffee. You can kind of put different text on it and stuff like that. Sorry, sometimes I feel like if I'm just got the camera when people are just coming around, you can just get the vibe that some people are just not sure about the camera. So, but yeah, the coffee is in deck. I'm gonna just make a TikTok in a moment, let this coffee get going, and then yeah, I'll show you what my view is right now. So yeah, I'm not gonna start doing some flipping art of it, but yeah, I've just got the coffee. We've got this, got some old dusty MacBook. No, it's not old dusty, but I've got one of them. And then the outside, but it's pretty cool in here, look. It's just a nice setting everywhere. So yeah, gonna sort this out. Gonna just do maybe 1 or 2 TikTok videos here and then keep it moving. Thing is with this sort of content here, when I did it the last time, I kind of noticed that people loved this, or it just felt like there was a bit more of a connected sense with the authentic nature being in somewhere normal. I don't know, probably just saying absolute words. So let me just drink this coffee and hopefully I'll say more articulated words. So the time is 9:36. The coffee's been secured, completed that ages ago, mate. Obviously we've already seen that shot. And honestly, I just flipping smashed out so many tilt messages. So because of how we send items anyway, we're just getting them shipped out fast as possible. And a lot of what we do, we get the stuff in and then we just get it ready to send. And a lot of the messages are people going, where's the order? Where's this? Where's that? But realistically, what we find is that we're actually just doing the job, and we're trying to transfer that as much as possible to people. What we do is, let me just find a light. Look like I've got pineapple there. There's Marge in the background. That's what we're trying to do. Just trying to make it as simple as possible. So basically just gone through all the messages. I think around about 50 messages, smashed them all out in about 45 minutes. Got about 12 queries from it. So from all those messages, almost extrapolate all the bits of actual information. Most people are just where's my item? But because we don't mark as shipped on till, it's obviously a bit of a sticky one still. My hair looks like a pineapple. So yeah, gonna turn the camera around with Marge because we have someone coming for a little bit of work XP shortly, and I'm not gonna go work XP, turn the camera around and go do something. But yeah, let me just speak to her for a moment because I've not spoke yet. Morning, my love. And I'm sorry, but when you came in just then, I was in the middle of it. We got the, you know what it is? You know when you're doing all of the messages? Oh, that was that. When you're doing all the messages, I was in the middle of it, then I was thinking, I just got literally 7 or 8 more to go, and you think, I've done it, I've done all 50 of them.
Get them all done before I got in, didn't you?
I wanted to get them all done. Well, the thing is I thought Marge was going to be in probably around about normal time, but then on Friday, it can be a little bit different. Obviously, we're just on a bit of our own agendas. So then as soon as I knew you wasn't actually in at the same time, I thought, right, I'm going to try and do them.
But that's why, because I had started doing some at home and sending. Did you notice that about half the page was done?
Yeah.
So I was doing them at home. Then I thought, right, I better actually get in. Oh, that's nice.
That's a mad polo. Have you seen that one?
Yes. Yes, I think that's put for the site. But look at that as well. That's nice.
That's a nice one. This is one that we found. This is one that we found from the tip, guys. Look at that. Hang on. So when I say we found from the tip, it's what we actually found from people's rubbish. No.
Recycling centre say it sounds a lot better than
yeah.
It
Well,
sounds like you've gone through the rubbish bins.
Did go through the rubbish.
No, we didn't. It was.
Yo, I feel like Ashton Kutcher right now. Yo.
Who's he?
Just some cool movie star. Just some cool cat.
We've got.
When's this guy coming?
Oh, 10.
How long is he coming for?
Only for a few minutes. It's not quite an interview. I don't want to do interviews.
We're not doing an interview. This is somebody that's coming. Realistically, he's coming for a chat. But this is the thing that I'll say about when you employ people, guys. It's the same way. Whenever I did. Let me just open the door so we've got a bit of nice light in here. Whenever I was going for models, a lot of the time when we did castings, I'll be honest with you, I would know in the first 5 minutes whether I could spend a few hours with the person. And essentially, that's what it is. If we're employing somebody, what we're actually doing is we're going, could this person work with us? Could we work with them? Could it merge as in like a nice little understood situation? Like, because of a lot of people we used to employ, like friends of friends or people affiliated, like you could build quite a quick understanding and people were like, you just knew how to work things. But because this is somebody like completely fresh off the street, he's fresh off the street, he's like, you know, he's there on that side of things. Like, we don't know him. He could turn out to be an absolute knobhead, or he could turn out to be like the most saving grace that we didn't realise we needed. And that's what we want. Like, we don't mind somewhere in the middle of like knobhead to a saving grace, because we're all knobheads a bit, aren't we? Yeah, but like, this is the thing, Adam and Little Jack, shout out to them. But it's just, and Ryan, it's all, and to be honest with you, a lot of people, everybody had a purpose at a point. Yeah. That's why they were employed. Unfortunately, some of them maybe overstayed their welcome, but we learn the lessons later in life, and that's fine, because we learnt them anyway. But
it was nice that people that naturally move on, the ones that, the young guys that were just doing it at university and they were going on their own agenda as well.
Yes.
Because they knew they gave us their 100%.
Yeah.
Because they knew this wasn't their career.
Yeah.
They knew it was.
That's it.
For them.
So yeah, this is somebody who essentially we want to employ somebody who 5 to 6 to whatever hours a week, maybe 10 hours, to just basically go, right, this all needs to go into the parcel force van, go and put it in there, move all the kilos about, like essentially just a young lad or a young woman who's happy to like get stuck in, move some bales about, and who's essentially a bit fit and like athletic, because realistically it's going to be a bit more of like a runaround job. Like, you know, might be moving 200, 300 kilos, and then all of a sudden you're bagging loads of denim up in other, you know, it requires...
Well, from here, can't it? We'll go, Lindsay's got a load of stuff to take up, and then you come and grab a load of boxes.
I'll turn around so you can kind of visualise it better, yeah. You know, guys, we work in an organised mess structure, which means that a lot of all this is understood, organised situations. And like the main bit that causes us in our sort of discrepancy of things is this is just not a simplified system for these ladies to take up, because it does just require somebody who can be quite quick and be, you know, take that challenge in their stride. Not, and the best word that I would say is not a lolliper, not someone who's like touching items like they've never seen an item of clothing. Like, oh, you want someone that's going, right, this bag, go on then, where am I taking it? Like, somebody who's got that little bit of fire in the belly. And yes, it might just be a little part-time job, but the beautiful thing about working with clothing is people just love seeing loads of it. And I don't think they actually give a shit what the job is. I think they're just like, wow, I like that, I like that, I like that. But anyway, new territory for us. So we're going to see how this goes. And then we've got another little bit of the stock being dropped off, which is cool. Which will be, let me tell you what that will be. This will be another, I think this is just shy of a ton of the normal stuff that comes in. However, we've got a little bit of a twist. So we've got I think
the start of the new stuff.
This is part start. So we have 1,000 kilos of our old system, and we've got 100 kilos today coming of a test bundle. Now this bundle, if we're to sell it to you guys as bundles and kilos, you could be looking anywhere between £15 a kilo, if it is what I think it is. But if not, it might just be stuff that we decide to sell individually and keep trying to affordably do the other price. Because essentially, guys, like I told you yesterday about the reason why people that sell vintage sell it for higher prices, I made this on a TikTok video, is because now there's so much modern coming in, they have to price up the items that are vintage in order to offset the lower prices. So for us, if I get premium stuff, but the whole system costs me more, i.e. the stuff that was £4.50 a kilo on tilt, if that starts to cost me more and I keep that price low, I will have to, as a business, sell the items individually in the more premium stuff to get the best price out of it. However, what we're going to basically find out is what the quality of this stuff is. And if, like yesterday on the live, people were saying we'd pay £10 to £15 a kilo if the stuff was like different premium. So we might be onto something with that as well, but we won't know until we know. But also, guys, remember, as much as I do keep saying, I'm not trying to be a business, I'm not trying to like sell clothes in that capacity, there is some element of it that with Gully Garms, with the like longevity of having a brand for so many years, it might, you know, seeing some really cool items might inspire me to put some cool bits on the website as well. So we just don't know. Like I say, every day is a different day, and every day we learn something different. And I'll stop saying different, and I'll stop saying day, and we will just get on with it. So
every day's school day, I say.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to school, so I hope that every day is not a school day, because
no, but every day is a school day. I
hated school.
Meaning, you usually learn something new every day. Well, you should do. You should keep your ears and eyes open, and you should learn something new every day.
Yeah. Cool.
I've seen every day. It's good.
Nice. After a business meeting and a coffee, let's see if there's a troublemaker inside. Up to no good. Where is she?
I've just wafted me a bit of paper with free.
Have you been jumping?
Have I been? No, I have not, and I can't find it now, so I don't know who's got free. Oh, no, I don't even know what left is that for a free gift item.
Yo, everybody, so the time is roughly... Oh, the van's down there. The time is roughly around about... I don't know, I think it's just gone 12. I think it's just gone 12. The delivery's just come, and there's some exciting developments with it, which I want to go through with you as well. So we've got the fresh bits that are here right now. So this is all of the stuff that's ready to rumble. I've seen a lot of shoes so far, and the supplier said to me that there might be a limited run on the shoes. So if anybody's on the market for shoes, it might be one of the times to get them now. So annoying being in here when the radio's on and stuff, because I just don't want to get banned off it. But yeah, it's all good stuff. There's a few little metrics to it that are going to be a bit confusing, you know, just because the way that I buy stock and how I source it, I'm not like the only person that takes the stuff, and it's like figuring a distribution with the others who are like qualified to take an X amount of stock as well. So it's like a, you know, when a lot of people, like one of the questions most people ask, or most people's like intrusive thought is always, I wonder where he gets it from. And just want to let you lot know, I lived with curiosity for a long time when I was running a business. I remember using suppliers and going, I wonder where he gets it from. I wonder where he gets it from. And one of the most humbling things I did with that was like, I respected like how much I paid for the stock and like understood the system. And when I come back to the thing about being the nicest person and being like, give the time to the people the most that you value, that's what I'll do with my supplier. Like, we'll sit down and we'll have a coffee and we'll take time to like speak, understand where he's coming from. Like, because the end goal for me is like, if I've got a good relationship with the supplier trusts me, we come back to this like process of like the trickle down effect from trust, where it's like, if he trusts me, he knows I'm reliable. If I'm reliable, then it means that I'm consistent with that reliability. If I'm consistent with it, then he can simplify his thought process about my consistency, i.e. it's almost seamless. It's just happening, like flipping, blinking and breathing and looking around. Do you know what I mean? Like, in a weird sense. So I really like to put time into things that don't mean they have like an exact output, i.e. like going for a coffee with a business affiliate with no actual objective. It's just using time to understand both people's sides. And I'll be honest with you, he's somebody who's in a very good position with the sort of industry of the ecosystem, and we had a very, very, very interesting conversation about charity shops. So maybe today, or maybe over the course of the next few days, I'll be able to break some of that conversation down, because it was very interesting to understand it. But right now, I actually have to make two different type of videos, and these aren't even for TikTok. I've got to make two bits of content. One for the vintage raid tomorrow. I'll be honest with you, the vintage raid subject matter that they go for is like £1 no reserve, £1 no reserves. I find that like really, like, I don't want to say lame because I don't want to sound rude, but I find it quite lame, just because I don't think it brings much imagination to it. It's just like cheap, 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 rather than like having a concept. My mind obviously is like thinking of stuff all the time, so I might even end up going, oh, I'll just do that idea. But for me, as a creative person, I like to do things where I think, yeah, this is actually a good idea. So I'm going to make that video, and then I've got another one that I'm trying to make for something else that is a bit hush-hush at the moment, and hopefully in a couple of days I'll be able to tell you more about that. Anyway, but for now, let's get these two videos mapped out, filmed, and then, yeah. So everybody, the time is only 12:30. I'm just currently in the process of just filming the two videos that I mentioned about. Oh, here we go. But what I'm thinking to do as well is I'm going to literally shoot... oh, that's my card again. I'm going to shoot these two things, and then I'm literally going to go to the charity shops. I'm really going to try and bring you with me on this, because I think that some of the clips I'm going to need to extend. But I'm going to try Shep Shed, which is the next one, just across that way, because apparently there's loads of charity shops there. Either way, there's going to be some charity shops that we're going to get inside of. Sounds weird, but yeah. So the time is 1:08. I know that because I've just checked the other watch. And yes, my phone is on 38%. That's the one that I've got internet. This is the one that I'm actually gonna film bits on. So Mars just got some bits through here. You know what? Let me just, while I'm phone's charging, let's just have a little walk and show you some bits. I think I keep forgetting that you guys actually like these clips. Let me just get this ready. These clips are actually really good. So this is some of the stuff. What am I doing with my legs? I look like I'm getting down to propose to you. Hey, YouTube, will you marry me? Yo, this isn't gonna work here, hang on. Okay, so this is some of the new stuff that we got from, let's just say like a bit more of a premium grade. So how it's working, total transparency may as well. How it's working is basically the price that the new stuff I'm getting is over double, really. So I'm at a new challenge with how this is gonna work and how I'm gonna really place into it. Because essentially, we're getting a lot of the same stuff that we normally get, but we're also getting some extra bits. So things that you've probably never seen on streams that we've done before, like really nice big box logo Nike hoodie. So I'll just show you some of these bits while we like chat. And to be honest with you, you might look at this and go, this stuff is all the same. But what might be a little bit different, this Paul Smith quarters, it's really nice, look at this. What is a little bit different about this stuff is the quality is sitting a bit more on a grade A to grade B. Look at that. Jeremy Scott, floral bomber. Absolute banger. Now, like I say, this stuff brings us into a bit of a different and interesting point. So I'll kind of just show you some bits while I talk about it. Now, we've kind of like got into a new situation where the stuff we're going to be taking is going to be mixed in with more premium stuff. So like these nice little denim shirts. However, like I mentioned, the price is excessively more expensive than what we have been paying. However, I do think that this system might work. One of my underlying things I want to maintain is making sure that I can still offer the wholesale to you guys. That's like an underlying thing that I'm still trying to make sure that it's achievable. Because even though this is a new idea, Levi's, even though this is a new idea that's come about, it's something that I realise is really important for me to do in the whole ecosystem of what we're really doing, what I really want to do with it. And that's just to like really encourage people to be their own resellers, people to be sustainable, people to get into it. And you get into it by either its affordability, your own curiosity, or the desirability of what you're actually buying. So, you know, these things are quite mad, crochet poncho blanket. But what I'm trying to show you with these items is that there's just like a different nature with it. So this is like sustainably sourced Timberland, new with tags. So we're just entering a bit of a different ballpark. You might be looking at this and going, this isn't really much different so far. These are the bits that we've pulled out from what we saw that we think are a bit different quality in terms of they're either the same brands in higher quality or they're like Barber, really nice. However, what the issue is that this does become more of a risk doing it at £1 no reserve. Nike Tech bottoms. So what we're actually thinking to do in order for it to make sense is to run some £1 no reserves that we believe we can maybe get better prices for, and just try and maintain the £4.50 a kilo on the other stuff that we can just sell to you guys. Like I say, I'm not going to take that price up. The £4.50 a kilo is where it's going to stay, and even if the price on the stuff becomes more expensive, I will just absorb that into what I do. I would probably end up just taking more things for the website. I would put certain things in different places. You know, that's what we're really doing. What's interesting about this system as well, I'll be totally honest with you, is since doing the bales and bundles, one of the biggest reasons we do kilo sales is to distribute a lot of the stuff. Check this t-shirt out. I saw this just before. Hundreds t-shirt, how hard's that? So this is what I mean. You've not seen a hundreds t-shirt like in that capacity from us. You've not been seeing that sort of stuff. Really mad Timberland polo tops. Like, and there's still loads to go in here. But, you know, what my aim of the game is to do is to kind of be in all pockets, really. I know, I'm in all pockets, but like, I want to be a reseller by a one-on-one individual item basis, have my website that runs, be able to offer you guys wholesale bales to start your own journey of all the same stuff that I sell. Like, what I mean by that is it's like, yeah, I might be taking some of the cream bits out to resell, but I still want you lot to have some cream bits to sell as well. This is a nice sweat. It's friends. That is a medium. I actually might, just because, hang on, the reason why you see me wearing this right now, sorry, I'm not wearing it yet, but the reason why you'll see me try this on is because after this, in about 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to go and film some car boot content. And, guys, you know when you make content every single day and you're actually a scruffy bastard that wears the same clothes, it basically means you have to keep changing outfits to show people that you are clean, even if you're not. But no, the whole system of this, right? Everything that happens always knocks in a different part of the system. Now, this new thing that's happened the challenge that we face is that there's a price increase on what we buy. So instantly, if we run the same operation with everything, we have, you know, there's more sensitivity to succeed with items selling for a good price. You know, if I list these 511s right now, based on paying a bit more for them, and they sell for £2 on a stream, I'm gonna like slowly be like knocked down by the lower prices. But what my approach is we have like an ecosystem that we can run to with this, where we go, okay, from all of this stuff that we've had to get, say 100% of it at like a double the price, 20% of it has to go on the website in order to appease the money that it makes. Then we have like 20% of it, say, that would go on the individual items, and then 60% that would go to you guys. That's how I want it to be, where it's like 60% of the split you can get, and 40% I take as like collateral, as like, let me just make a little bit of extra profit so that I can pay for the building, maintain the lifestyle that I have, and you know, all the good bits and bobs. So we're in an interesting one with the stuff that we're getting, and it basically means that even though I've really, whoa, Big Dickie's coat. Even though I've really enjoyed going, like, not going away from individual selling, but I've really like, this is nice, look at that. Oh, sorry. Even though I've really, really enjoyed the process of like the individual items, it's been so nice to move into a bit more of a wholesale route, just as like, I've done it for 12 years, right? I've done the same type of selling for 12 years. Either uploading an individual product on the internet, waiting for it to sell, going through all the metrics of that, doing the offers, sending this, blah, blah, blah. And I don't hate it. I really don't. But I am fascinated by this new avenue that could allow me to allow you guys to benefit from it, and also I benefit from it. Do you know like how wicked that would be? It's like 501s. It's like, yeah, I can quite easily go, everything I've just picked up, 1,000 kilos have just come in. I'm going to take it all and I'm going to sell it individually, stuff you guys. Or I could go, guys, you could pay £4.50 a kilo and there might be some mad Hugo Boss sweating there. The issue with some of these is this is what Marge has pulled out for us to do for a live, essentially. And this isn't even like from all the bags. This is just from like, essentially this little test batch that we've had. So we've got a lot of our regular stuff. A lot of our regular stuff and loads of other bits. So, you know, what you see on the bundles that goes for £4.50 a kilo, whoa, that's flipping fire, bro. Like I say, you can see that there's like a slight difference in some of it, but again, it's France. Like, this is an Urban Outfitters sweatshirt, so we're sitting in different territory parts of it. A lot of joggers, which just means that there has to be like a good movement of it on the internet. Nike zip-up hoodie. But this system works for me. Like, taking this stuff like this works. Wow. It's like a mad printed no face. It's a new system and it's a new thing. And again, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you keep maintaining and doing the same thing, you're never going to get a different output from it. I know, Einstein said that. But this is like, allows me to see if there's any legs on us selling higher end designer stuff or more in demand stuff. You know, maybe it's the same modern brands, but they're just in higher qualities, or maybe it's a few different brands you haven't seen, or maybe it's just different shapes, different sizes, other variations. What I can tell you right now is it's a lot of joggers. But what I will say, actually, come with me a minute. Whoa. That's a really cool one. And more. Okay, I'm going to put that one on instead. Sorry. But that's some more, no, what I'm trying to get is, let me just sit on the pile. So little, I just feel so small now, is in life, things are just constantly going to change. Things will constantly adapt. There'll be new people that will come around with better ideas. There'll be different people that will challenge different parts of your own narrative. And every day, you can feel like you're doing the 100-meter hurdles where you're like, oh, new obstacle, jump, cleared it, new obstacle, jump, cleared it. Or how I try and see it is, everything that happens was going to happen anyway. But the thing that I could control from what's happening is how I approach my reaction to anything that's happening. My supplier doubling his price was his jurisdiction of his business making sense. Like, it doesn't actually affect me other than the price increase. Like, in terms of his price increase just means that I have to go back, reverse engineer what I'm doing and look at and go, okay, how do I make the metrics work? Not going, oh, this isn't going to work, this is shit, this guy's an idiot. None of that. It's how do I look at the system and go, I respect the decision of him as a business. He's been in business for longer than me. And I appreciate and I value somebody who has experience, someone who has understanding. Really annoyingly, this hoodie, I might not actually be able to wear because I think it needs a wash, but it does look like, it looks cool, man, but I think the orange was a bit better. Sue, what do we think? A bit more summery. Again, guys, extra information you didn't ask for. But, you know, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking this stuff and then we're going to be working in that capacity. 10 minutes. Let me just turn it around or something. Now, while I just put it all back in here, there is still some bits that were in here just from this pile. But this is like, this was a small test run. A lot of bottoms. What's this one? Yo, what's that? That's quite hard. Share to love. That's pretty sick. Imagine that's a brand if she's put it in there. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a nice top. Joe Brown's. But new systems happen all the time. And I think that the way that you embrace it, like, or how you embrace it to make it what you want it to be, is the best outcome. A lot of people in business, whether you're male, female, flipping alien, human being, sausage roll, whatever, there's a level of animosity. There's a level of like, oh no, somebody's got there before me, or oh no, this is going to affect me. Most things are bloody going to affect you. So it's just about looking at it and processing it. Because the thing is, what I think, and this is genuinely like a mindset I have, is with any business relationship I have, with any person I work with, right, I want to make my relationship with that person the smoothest thing ever. Almost like there's no issues ever. Even if it is an issue for me, because I appreciate and understand the longevity of like business and like the importance of making processes smoother so that they can be smoother for you. If you like got a business situation with a guy and he's like, right, whatever your name is, let's just say Tony. Right, I don't know why I can't say Spencer, but he's like, imagine your name's Tony, right? Or whatever your name is, who gives a shit, right? He goes, look, you know the stuff that I've been giving you? I can't give it you anymore. I'm going to have to take some prices up. You can either use one of two responses to that. You can go, one, piss off, mate, and he'll go, Professor Snape there, pretend that's your supplier. He is going to do a 180 and go, okay, because the response you have will be the reaction that it comes from it. You know, like I kind of said yesterday, trust plays a big part in the whole system, because if somebody trusts you, then what that essentially means is that they've got like a reference to thinking, yeah, you're a decent guy or a girl, you're not a piece of shit, and you're like in this for positive business growth. So if you turn around and go, you know, if I turn around and went, this is rubbish, this isn't going to work out, the domino effect of what that means is probably collateral to me, because I haven't tried to create a simpler system with a response. I've tried to approach a situation that was being resolving something with a problem. Like in business, it's good to challenge the narrative. It's good to do all that sort of stuff. But say for this, what I value more is maintaining a constant stream of stock regardless of the price increase. And with price increases, you just look at the system and you go, okay, zoom back out. How can this be moved about? If I had to pay 10 times more than what I'm doing, I would just look at the ways to make the most money out of it and maximize that. I would downsize bits of what I do. I would change operations, because that's what business is. You know, if I had to pay 3 times more for stock and I looked at it and I was like, actually, I only need 2 members of staff because I'm doing less stuff, I would work in that option. Realistically, where I want to be is selling on all capacities. Look at Snape in the background. Selling on all capacities, but most importantly, having about a 60-40 split, where 60% of my business is wholesale and 40% is retail. And just by that, I like to make a little bit of profit through the maximizing the volume, and then maximizing the profit through minimizing the volume. So ideally, making more money through the individual items that are being sold, but moving volume with the reselling. And that's kind of just like the simple nature of it. So 2 different systems that we're going to kind of keep running. I know that, like, you know, as ideas start to form, again, as the ideas start to form, there's lots of people that jump to it. But again, guys, this is what one point I want to leave here as well. You, like all of you that are watching, right? Whether you're somebody that looks at what I do and think, I want to be like you, I want to do you, or you look at me and you go, I'm going to do exactly that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get some glasses like that, I'm going to jump on live streams and I'm going to come with the same energy, whatever it is, right? Like, I couldn't care less, honestly. But you have to remember, you are in competition with yourself. You're in competition with the improvement you can make on your own self, because look, think about the driving, right? If I drive down a motorway and I'm looking straight down the road, the minute I look and the window behind me or the little rear view mirrors behind me, like there's a lack of consistency with the like streamline of how you're driving, because the minute you look at anything else, you lose sight of where you're going. And that's the whole point of it, is it's like, by being in competition with yourself, you're not losing sight of where you're going, because nobody gives a shit about what you're doing, but you care about what you're doing, but you're caring about what others are doing. So remove that bit that doesn't actually help your business model and just put it into going, how am I going to be a better version of my own business today? What did I do yesterday that I can work on and learn from? Did I have an interaction with a customer where I go, okay, when a customer uses the words you don't understand, it pisses me off. Whatever it is, there's something that you can probably take from your day and go, I learned that about myself today. I learned that about myself today. Like, how nice is that? Everybody's like, I want to learn about business, I want about this. You know, learning about yourself is one of the most like perfect ways to just develop yourself, obviously. But like every day I go through it and I will spend time being mindful, trying in between the craziness that is like this insane amount of content, from TikTok to corporate content to Instagram to YouTube to flipping soon to be Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn and all every other platform. Like, you know, I don't even know what my point was there, but in the midst of like making lots of content, I'm going to have to watch the end of this clip because my train of thought just got onto a different train and I think just went somewhere else. One sec. That was it. It's like that sort of self-progress, that self-development each day. Like every day I look back at the day and I go, I just sit in a mindful approach and I go, how could have I handled things better? So today, so far, how have I handled any part of the business better? My things that I work on, genuinely, are listening. I try and understand the art of listening. And I know that's super common sense, but the art of listening is important for business people because most of the time we are thinking about 101 ideas. And that mindset of like constantly like, you know how if you don't have notifications turned off, your phone can essentially distract your train of thought like that with a message that might be nothing. It might be something going, Facebook saying, oh, your friend from 4 years ago has posted in the first time, blah. And then instantly that train of thought that you're on just goes boom. And you know, sometimes it happens with our own internal dialogue. Like sometimes you're, like I say, I'm making a video and I'm going, what was the train of thought? Because even whilst talking, my mind's got another thought. You don't even think that's possible. Honestly, it is. But what we can do is just work on like how we can be better than ourselves, and how that helps with business is, see if I understand how I work the best. I'm going to basically go, hey, Spencer, you tried to do some evening shows, didn't you? Yeah. How did it make you feel? Did it make you feel okay? Okay, yeah. Let's look back at a moment. Let's like match of the day, study it, analyze it internally and go, okay, so you ended up starting to swear a little bit more on the live stream after an hour and 50, and it was because there was 2 customers in a row that weren't happy with this. Somebody asked for a refund. Like, whatever that is, you just have to home in and go, okay, pull this point out. Okay, it annoys me when somebody asks for a refund. How can I approach that? At the start of each stream, let everybody know that unfortunately, read the bio, we don't accept refunds. It's an auction-based website. It's like you counteract the problem you might face by just sort of like disclaimering it at the beginning. But every day it's a learning day. Every day something's going to happen that knocks you out of like an inhuman state. By inhuman state, I just mean we are all human. We all have these natural, like the inner-built chimp-like reactive moments where you go, you know, you might always be jealous about a certain thing. You might always like look at a certain person. You might always react to a certain saying, and it's that like trigger thing of like, But all I'm asking in this sort of situation, all you could take from this is try and look at one thing that you want to improve about yourself from each day. Either take that point and try and take it into each day, or just be mindful, like in a passing, just going, okay, I do that. Okay, I do that. It's just starting the conversation internally to go, let me work on that. And as a result, you improve that process of yourself. And as a result, you be the best version of yourself. And as a result, it doesn't matter what somebody else done. It doesn't matter that somebody else has made more money, done more sales, has got better photography, has got all this stuff, because you don't care about that. And it's not better than what you're doing, because you're working on what you're doing, and what you're doing is the best for you. It's not about what's the best. It's about what's the best for you. And I hope that this is coming across in the right way. It's been a bit of a mindful one, this one, but you know what? Sometimes you just need to open the mind and let it out. But what I do need to do that's most importantly is I need to put this phone on charge for probably the best part of maybe, let's say, 51% on this phone. I want to leave here in about 15 minutes, so let's just put it on a power charge, and then we're about to hit up some charity shops in Shepshed, and then I was tempted to do an evening live, but I'm yet to decide. We'll find out where I'm at next. Seems like every time I try and come and do some sort of content like this, it either starts pissing it down, or yeah, it just creates moody weather. So this sign, look at this sign. It's this is telling you the sort of place. Insert coins slowly. £1 on the thing.
It's not worked for 2 years.
You joking? No. Why on earth is that? What am I doing about parking? Is it free? Why is it not? Oh, right. You what? Right, I got you. Well, thank you for that. You saved me 50p. Right then. So we're not filling that up. Shout out to my dude that flipping just dropped in and was like, yo, it's not worked for 2 years. Yo, how do you know I'm a tourist? Because that just happened. So we get to a new area, and that's what we do. So charity shops, sort by distance. Armstrong 0.4 miles away. That's strange because there's literally an HUK there, so I don't think it knows where I am. But we've got 1 0.4, 0.5. Oh my god. Okay, so we might be travelling to... Right, we'll figure it out. Like I said, I did that thing where I've come to a different place, and if it means going to one charity shop, then that's maybe what it's going to be. But yeah, we'll figure something out. That's jokes though, that sign. Okay guys, so it seems like we have just gone to the, like, pretty much the only two charity shops in the whole area. Unless I can find another one that's anywhere near the vicinity, it looks like that's going to be the only ones that I can actually go to, which is fine. You know, again, 2 different charity shops, trying 2 different perspectives, seeing what happens. But unfortunately, like, travelling out somewhere different, when you're travelling out to look for, I guess, more charity shops, look for more things to go around. Like, look, am I really going to go around something called Charmwood Dental Care just because the building looks nice? No. Although I reckon I'll start integrating different types of things into it. Shepshed might not be a real place though, because I don't really know what's going on, but there's a lot of like random little bits and bobs. Yeah, there's actually loads of random bits and bobs. Do you want to see what I can see? I've never been here in my life other than just passing through. I think maybe I've passed through literally just there before. And the amount of people that look at you as jokes. But what I'm actually trying to figure out is if there's actually anything that I can do here while I'm here. As in, have I just came to a different place that's really far out with nothing else? I don't know yet. I think maybe I have, but you know what? I'm not going to say the same thing I always do. That just happens as a result of it. So, I keep saying I'm fancying a pint. I don't know why. It's shit weather. I don't drink alcohol, and I hate everything about it. But there's that little thing of like, I've just got a couple of hours. I've had enough Shepshed volunteers, I know, yeah. I don't think there's any more charity shops nearby. I think this trip's finished, which is okay. I just don't want to leave it. I feel like there's got to be something else here. Let's keep walking. So guys, you're going to join me on a bit of a video right now because I'm just in the middle of actually doing a TikTok. This is like really just showing you, but I just sort of stumbled across this on the way back. So I just searched charity shops. Okay, nice. I just searched charity shops into Google, and it came up with this one. And this is like, well, it's just an antique store with some absolutely insane things. Actually really cool there. 20 quid. Yeah, so it's like, obviously, antique stores, that how they differ to charity shops is that this is almost like bought with that understood like awareness that this has a value and this is going to be the value. But it's really cool. Some like super vintage bunting. We've got a calf through there as well, but Yo, that's scary as... Oh my lord. Okay. I'm actually gonna make... Oh my god, I'm gonna make a video of the scariest things I've just found in this antique store, because I've just had an idea. One sec. Essentially, one thing that I know just from like being... oh my god, one sec. You know, like when you're making content all the time, and like being somebody who makes a lot of content, like because I've worked with film, I've worked with video, I've worked with sound, I've worked with all different... Hang on, customary clean the camera. I work with just all different mediums of like format and all that kind of stuff. Oh god, I was nervous and I thought I just posted the video I've just made. I haven't, luckily. You know, I know that I need more hands on deck to do like the filming and stuff to capture like all of it, but essentially this is raw and as it comes. If there's a video that's 30 minutes, if it's a video that's 10 minutes, that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go make a video that's the scariest thing I can see in this auction house. Okay, I'm about to do something absolutely nuts. So I'm gonna use this camera to show you how I film on this camera. My mind is going into a bit of a boggle, but we're just gonna see how this works. Even more bears, bro. Like, honestly, I know there's bears. What on earth? Look at this one. This woman is just pondering life, just going, I wonder why I'm in this antique shop in Shep's Shed. So we've got Mr. Incredible and Scooby down there. This is actually very, very hard, by the way. And if people look at me, I look like a flipping tourist. But honestly, this place is wicked, and there's so many aisles that we haven't explored. So let's have a little look down. If you just go, then maybe something exciting will be on the other side. But not these flipping babies. They are terrifying. Them babies are so terrifying. Okay, this guy's face is looking a bit like... Look at him. He's just... You know what? He's just smiling because he's like... I don't know. What on earth is going on? Anyway, so let's just keep going. And if you want to know where this is, it's in a place called Shep Shed. Pigs and that. Sorry, the content's getting to that point. I've got another camera on the go at the same time. I'm multitasking and multitasking. And honestly, there's more bears. Look at there's bears. Didn't realise there's this many bears, but there's bears. Honestly, this is quite funny. I hope you guys are liking this. If you're not liking, subscribing and going, God, commitment to the cause, please do it. Oh my God, a vintage Lurpak holder? Spen, it's not a Lurpak holder, mate. It's probably just for the bread, and it's just the brand. I don't know. All I know is I'm really scared to touch that because that looks like it could move. And if I touch that and it moves, I will probably break everything around me. Hey, Spen, there's you. Hey, me. And there's that terrifying doll looking at me. Stop looking at me. It's scaring me. Yeah, you enjoy this, and this is just going to be anything. I'm looking at the pub across the road from this auction house I just went to. It's got more England flags than Wembley Stadium. And I'm just sort of weighing up whether I actually want to go in or not. I feel like I need to ask someone if it's actually a pub worth going in. Or... I don't know. I'm just uploading the video that I've just done. So this place I just went into was like a bit of a happy accident. Now, whenever I find the happy accidents, it makes me just want to go, let me just keep running bits up. You know what, I'm going to walk by this one just to see what it's like. There's a lot of cars. The England flags are boarded up across the door. That's a bit mental. But it is definitely a pub. Look, tell me that's a pub without telling me it's a pub. And I don't know what they feel about like filming in there. You know what? I'm just setting myself up to not go in. I don't think I was ever going to go in. I just don't know what I want to do. But no, the charity, the flipping thing there was all right. Again, what you probably saw with that is my mind goes into like orbit a bit. So I'm like, okay, I've got video 1 idea to do. I've got video 2 idea to do. I've got all this other content. You can just see me going, like, looking at the pub, can't you? You can. Fairs. So, yeah, I don't even know what I was going to say. I'm still here debating. I'm still uploading this video just thinking, the weather's really shit. Do I really want to? And I know there's some of you that are people thinking, oh, live a little, but I don't know if I see it as living a little or or not. I'm not a judgmental person, but I'm casting some judgment. It's just because the area I'm in's a bit... It seems quite quiet though. This is a live thought I'm having right now. Sod it. Let's just go in and have a quick pint. May as well, we're uploading this video. Let's just see what it's like, and if I get some shots in there, then I do. If people judge my trousers, then they do. We'll just see what it's saying. Look, it might be alright to just go in and take a little pint. There is only one way to find out with these things, if I can just come in and grab a quick pint. We are still uploading this one. Look at that machine. Out of order. Mental. It's actually alright. So I'm just gonna take a seat. I don't know, like I say, I'm not like really I'm not a pint drinker, do you know what I mean? But I just thought, why not come in and start a pint? I don't know. Sometimes you've got to just do different bits. Okay guys, you joined me at about 3:35. We had the pint. I know. I talk a lot about how I hate alcohol, and I do. Alcohol's a funny one. It doesn't really like... It obviously hits everybody in different ways, but the thing is, the reason why I don't drink it, I'm probably not going to disclose that too much why I don't, just because it's like a strange thing to overshare at this point in the video, but essentially, it's not good for me. It's not good for me, but things in moderation are always fine, and moderation is always okay. So one little pint and a pack of pork scratchings to sort of like, yo, I can tell I've been having too much sugar. This is, you know, like, if you know, just a quick tip, you know, if your eyes look like quite like dark underneath, it's probably because you're having too much sugar, or I'm just not in the sun. I don't know. Either way, who cares? It's Friday. But I just wanted to say, yeah, just had that, and basically Royal Mail is supposed to come every day at 4 p.m. and it's 3:30, so I'm just going to go back to work, get that stuff for them, and then I'm just going to make a few bundles. I'm going to make a few bundles for tomorrow's live, because tomorrow at 11 o'clock we're going to do a bail sale, and then at 12:30 it's going to be individual items. So yeah, join me for that. Right, okay, so we're back at work now, and if I'm being honest with you, I think having that drink has given me that sort of, oh, it's Friday, what am I doing back at work? But I'll ride through it for a bit. So I've got Royal Mail coming shortly, but what I'm thinking to do is just go up here and just finish off a couple of the piles. Let me turn the light off. A couple of the piles. Turn it off, Ben. A couple of the piles that I was intending to do. So this one's a t-shirt one that I wanted to get finished with basically 50 tees. Just going to get this one done and then potentially do a couple others, but we'll just see. On the very, very rare off chance that this is the exact last clip of the video, I wish you guys nothing but a beautiful weekend. By the time you've seen this, it's Saturday, so hopefully the weekend's started well. I think, like, for me, not to make every single point about Spen's getting woke again, but I really try and, like, disassociate from the weekend feel, because it's mostly, like, societal, but, like, the thing is, what you find is there are people that will go, oh my God, I can't believe it's Friday. Whereas I think, like, the goal of life should be to make Monday feel like Friday. And that way, you kind of, like, every day you look forward to. That's where I'm trying to be at and where I'm at. The only time I feel like the weekend, sometimes you have that reminder because everyone's just about doing bits. But realistically, guys, everyone's just doing the same thing. We're just all doing the same thing. So I would say, if you're ever in them spaces where you're not sure, you know, maybe you're a bit like me, maybe you find yourself in more of an introvert state of being, or whatever it is, all I'll say is, whatever you're doing, keep going. I believe in you. I think you can do it. Spen's had a pint and he's giving all his belief out. Yeah, maybe I am. What? 1 pint is fine, guys, but 1 pint is probably enough for my yearly top-up of alcohol. Guys, I wish you guys nothing but well. Honestly, stay safe, sustainable, keep doing you. I've got a whole load more bundles that have just been flipping dropped off, and the stock situation's completely changed again, as we've discussed over the video. So over the course of the next few days, we're going to find out how much that's going to change, if there's going to be anything that's going to change as a result. But for now, guys, all you need to know is that until I'll be doing bail sales, individual items, and all that sort of stuff. But in more important news, I've literally come back for the Royal Mail, man, to get these bits. You know what? I said I wasn't going to make this the last shot, and I think I'm just sort of like invertedly making it a last shot. If there's more things I capture from today, then fantastic. And if not, then no worries. But Spen, you chatting a load of wasabi, I know. Right, stay safe, stay sustainable, keep doing you, keep doing, where we're pointing, keep doing whatever you're doing. And yeah, man, have fun with the process. Trust it as well. Just trust it. Got nothing else to trust, so you may as well just trust the process. Well, you can trust other things. I'm waffling in a bit. Okay, so a new sweatshirt is on and Spen is here. The Royal Mail guy's just come on. I just wanted to, like, capture this moment as well. And I know I'm not trying to sound. I realise I just said that the last clip was the last one, but like he just went, "Oh yes, have a nice weekend." And there's nothing wrong with people saying "have a nice weekend," but what I find funny is it comes back to that thing instantly. Like the first conversation after it, I just wanted to capture this awareness. It's like, "Have a nice weekend." Like, have a nice every day of the week, but the weekend is like on this pedestal. Anyway, I know this is like most people will be enjoying the weekend because they work in the week, and I know that I'm different because I'm just psychotic and I like to work nothing but I just want to share that with you, okay? Anyway, flipping ready for the weekend. I'm joking. It's work mode. Hey, you know how a minute ago I said that it was going to be the last clip of what I did? I lied. I'm going to bring you on a time lapse of me building some bundles now, because I just had a moment. I think it was literally just in that moment I just thought, no, it's not my weekend. It's my work day of hustle. Yeah, my mind's flipping tapped. Sometimes I need to just hear somebody else relaxing and it makes me want to work harder. So let's go and build these bales. Right, some reason I just completely forgot that the camera was on and I started to do all this other stuff. I'm even on my phone right now, getting distracted. You know what? I'm just doing bits and bobs. But yeah, what was I going to say? The bales have been made. I think there's 50 here. I've got completely distracted within a distraction, so I'm going to actually leave this shot. Here it is. Here it is. Guys, I wish you nothing but a good weekend, and I'm sorry because I've said that constantly. But yeah, have a good one, and I will see you on the next one.